who has worked quite a lot to make sure that everybody out there looks at them and feels like they've gotten everything that they've ever wanted. So I do feel like we're talking about somebody who is probably pretty wealthy or feels like they have everything that they need, but there's also some distance between this individual and everybody else because they feel like they have to live in this dream and they have to make sure everybody sees their life as perfect, even though it's not. So they're not honest with themselves about what's going on, and it doesn't seem like they're addressing the problems that may be happening within their family or within their personal life. Hello, Bradley. Hello, April. Hello, Key Controller. How you doing? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of Wing Chun Chun. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Hello, Famous Seamus. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members, and thank you to those of you that have checked out the link in the description box for my candles on Etsy. Hello, Hooks. What's up? Hello, Lemonade. What should we start with? I think we'll go with the Thoth Tarot. What else do we have? We have Power, the Four of Discs, which is the Four of Pentacles, and Abundance, the Three of Cups. Well, like I said, this is someone who's in a pretty interesting situation. This might be more of like a someone you know. This could be like a future reading, or this could be like a celebrity situation. But I feel like this is someone who's feeling isolated, and it's like I'm seeing this as a castle with a moat around it. I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be, but it's kind of abstract. And so even though they have everything that they want, even though they feel like they're in a very desirable social situation, they feel like they can't really be honest about what's going on, or they have to kind of like play a role, right? Hello, Tony. How's it going? Happy February. Hello, Joaquin. How's your day going? What else do we have? Oh, I forgot to say Happy Groundhog's Day. We have the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Discs, and this one says change on it. Okay, so there is something that is upsetting the current dynamic, which allows for this individual to have pretty much whatever they need and feel respected within the community. Something is unstable, perhaps. The Sun in the reverse. Two of Cups in the reverse, which is love, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so there is someone who has fallen out of love, someone who doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore. This could be, I don't want to be in the relationship even though I have everything that I need, or I've been giving this person everything that they want and they still don't seem to be enough for me, but there is discord in the relationship. Someone who feels like maybe everyone's jealous of me because of what I have, but they don't realize that I just kind of put on an act to make it seem like I'm happy in this relationship. But the reality is they are not. This is the Golden Art Nouveau. Hey, Bumface. How are we doing today? I hope it's a lovely day for you. Thank you. You are delightful. I literally just got back from buying Dr. Pepper. So that worked out nicely. Unless you want me to go, I'll buy more. I'm tempted to show you a new acquisition. I might send you an email. Hello, Heart. How's it going? Hello, Grace. What's up? So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. the Five of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so the truth is, even though I've been in this relationship for a long time, even though there are people who would take my place in a heartbeat or who feel like I have or should have everything that I want, the truth is I don't like it here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. This is someone who literally is daydreaming about escape. I want to divorce this person. I want to move away. I want to go back where I was. Or even just, you know, go somewhere I don't know as long as I'm not around this person. Wow, okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Fool in the reverse. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit tricky because they think that if I leave this relationship, if I walk away from this person that has basically made it really easy for me to have everything that I want, then I would no longer have everything that I want. This is someone who's wondering if it's foolish to choose their happiness over what everyone else feels is happiness, right? So the perception is everyone thinks I should stay because they feel like if they had this relationship, they'd be like, sweet, I'm going to go get a pedicure. I'm going to go on a trip, whatever it is, right? But this is someone who's thinking what I wished for, what I thought I wanted, it ends up not being so great. So maybe they end up being pretty lonely, not seeing their spouse very often. Maybe they just feel like the two have grown apart during the marriage, but this is not happy. Even though there's pressure to make it seem like it is. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse, the Chariot, and the Death card in reverse. Okay. Wow. Whoever this individual is who would like to leave the relationship, I don't really have a clear name for them right now. They're feeling like if they handle this poorly, that there could be some vindictive or petty thing that happens from their soon-to-be ex. Someone who might immediately kick them out, or someone who might sue them, someone who might, you know, spread rumors and make it seem like they're a horrible individual to everyone they know. It's like, I know it's going to be a bad reaction. I know you're going to lose your temper. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Hey, Rachel. What's up? We have the Tower and the Two of Wands. Whew, yeah, this person's nervous. This is like, I have to remain calm. I have to make it seem like everything's fine. And then when it happens, I know someone's going to be like real upset, but I plan to be at a distance. I plan to be like out of town before you realize what's going on. So we might have someone leaving a note. Oh my God, this is amazing. Where are the glasses? Yo, I lost my glasses too once. Like literally when I moved. Okay, I've added that for you. Hello, Joseph. Hello, Skemmy. How are we doing? Yes, I suppose this is a little bit of a reminder of that, right? So we have somebody. Ooh, I have to watch out for the boobies. We have somebody. We have somebody who I think is changing where they are, moving, staying with a friend, staying with family. But it's like, I've got to find a place where I can be at a distance. And when this person finds out that I'm not going to be hanging out any longer, that I've decided to move on, I don't have to like listen to them screaming at me. So just to be clear, I am not making light of someone who needs to protect themselves from a potentially violent person, which could be the case with the Chariot coming through. That could indicate someone who wonders if the cops would be called. You do need to make sure that you make intelligent or strategic plans if you're leaving a relationship with someone that you feel could be a little bit difficult to trust in that. It's important to consider those things, right? Hey, Matt. No? Sorry, I've been running around. Had to, go get a drum of Dr. Pepper. Is that what they're called? Those huge gallon things? I'm just kidding. We have unfulfilled and new love. Wow. Well, I guess that's pretty clear. Hold on. This is that they already have someone. Oh no. Okay, this could get more complicated. It's important to walk away from a relationship if you're not happy, especially if you feel like you are not safe. You want to make sure you're doing right by the situation and yourself. But not really one to recommend anybody jumping ship from one relationship and diving right into another, and it kind of feels like that's what this is. Someone who's like, I'll go where no one will be able to find me, because you don't know that I've been talking to a third party. Interesting that both of these have like a close-up on the neck area. Probably been necking. Okay, well, yeah. I do believe we have someone who was in a loveless marriage, or, not really feeling it. They found a third party, they got excited, and now they might be trying to like literally move out and then move in with that new person. Hello, CJ, how are you doing? That's funny. Did I say hello to Melissa? Hello. Oh my. Okay. So it's not even just that we have somebody who's stepping out in a relationship. There is some reason why this is not a good idea. Maybe we have two people that are in a relationship that are meeting up with each other, like they're in other relationships. This is getting a little bit fraught with drama. But that card said forbidden love. This relationship is frowned upon by many. I don't think it's because this person's jumping ship from one relationship. Obviously, that's reason enough. Like, you're already in a relationship. Chill. Nah. This is something else. Man holding a heart. So generally, I would say that indicates we have somebody who's operating with good intentions. Rest and rejuvenation. This is someone who is offering a place to stay, to get away from the community that would probably be judgmental of the person that needs to walk away from the relationship. But it kind of feels like they're diving right into another one. I mean, is it weird to assume that that's who they're going to go stay with? I guess it doesn't have to be, but there is a contract. Somebody here who's saying, okay, that's fine, we can do that, but here's how it's going to go. I feel like this is, I am leaving this relationship. I'm not telling anyone until I'm already gone. And then by the time I'm gone, you might be able to like start looking for me, but you're not going to know where I'm going, because maybe I'm staying with the lover, or maybe this person is like, maybe they have a sibling or a cousin or somebody who's like renting a property. And they're like, oh, you can stay there. Here's the lease. I sure hope this is not somebody who is jumping from one relationship and then like, okay, it's a great time to get married. What? I guess stranger things have happened, right? Hello, Tiana. How are you doing? Hello, Danny. How are you doing? Hello, Peter. What's going on? Bad health, number 37 and number 31 and message, which is number 7. I think we have someone pretending that they're not feeling well. I'm not going to go to work. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later. Or, hey, I can't go to that function, or I'm not going to join you on that trip, but I hope you have a great time. I'm just going to be here, you know, like watching some movies or some old reruns. But then they write up this letter and it's a goodbye note. Change of address. I'm leaving. Adios. Their bag's in there. So this is a surprise departure that's on the heels of saying, I'm not feeling well. That's why I can't do any of these things. But really, I'm preparing to leave. I've already got a different job elsewhere. It's pretty strategic, it looks like. All right, this is the Gilded Reverie. Hello, rapper, how are you doing? Are you insulting my friend? That's funny. I mean, I guess, you know, as long as you're heading out. We got the Scythe, which is number 10. And the Labyrinth. What I'm seeing in my mind and why I'm kind of laughing is someone like running up and going, I'm leaving. Screw you. Like, running away. But they're running away into a labyrinth. So it's like, you know, I'm telling you the bad news, but then I'm leaving so you can't find me because I don't want you to be irritable. I don't want you to be all like lame. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Just leaving, you know? Hello, Gianna. How are you doing? What else do we have? We have the Clover and the Bridge. I think by some strange happenstance or what maybe this individual considers to be like fate, we have a like maybe reconciled and coming back to life connection, but I think it's a new connection with a lover. And this facilitates someone's departure. Like, I can leave. You're not going to know where I'm going. Good luck. You might think you'll be able to, you know, look up my name, but it won't be under my name. Or you might think that, you know, I'm of course just going to go to my childhood home. But the reality is I've got a whole new situation going on and you have no idea. So they're feeling pretty crafty. Like, I've got such a great plan. La 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 la. No one's gonna be able to figure it out because you don't know who this new love is. I haven't told anyone. Does anyone know about the new love though? It kind of feels like this person just didn't tell anyone. No, it's an illusion. I let everyone think that I was happy in my current relationship. I let everyone think, oh, you know, money and, you know, status or whatever, that's great. I'm so happy. I don't like my spouse, but, you know, cool. And then this 3 of Swords pops out from the star. And that's interesting because these both can refer to healing. 3 of Swords in the reverse or the star. So I feel like this is someone who has been recovering from their kind of like, I thought this was going to go better. I thought we would be in a happy relationship. I thought we could, you know, be good to each other. But instead, I've had to realize that this is not for me and make plans. Find a way to get out of here. And with the 5 of Cups, I do feel like it's not easy to make this plan because it's like once I leave that note, once I say I'm done, I'm not gonna be able to hang out with your cool mom. I'm not gonna be able to talk to, you know, your coworker who's like now my best friend. There's like connections here that have developed over time because of this relationship. Even if they're not super close and they couldn't say everything they wanted to that person, they're gonna miss them. Honestly, what I feel is it's more like an animal, like a pet or a child connection where you don't have as much of a deep connection because you can't say those things or you don't talk about, you know, philosophy with a 6-year-old, but there's this acknowledgement that when I walk away, I can more easily accept not seeing that former partner of mine than I can not being able to see that connection of theirs, right? Hello, Third Eye. How's it going? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, James. We've got Hierophant in the reverse, the Fool in the reverse. And the Three of Wands. Yep. Left behind a note, said, I don't think I really want to do this anymore, but I'm also not going to give you a forwarding address. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going. I'm not going to tell you what I've decided to do or if I have a job. I'm just kind of surprising everyone by doing something very out of character. So they feel like no one's going to be able to figure it out. I do feel like I'm going to call this person the Star, which is interesting. But that's the energy that they really seem to be coming forward with is I'm letting go of this because it's not what I want. The only thing that I have a little criticism of is if you're healed, you're probably not going to be like, what is it? Like leapfrogging from relationship to relationship. But I do feel like there might be some level of fame or, yeah, I'm going to stick with fame. Some level of like, you're the most, I don't know, famous person in a small town. Doesn't have to be internationally or nationally famous. But once they leave, they know that they don't have any of those benefits anymore. They don't have maybe the credit cards. They don't have the, I don't know, the butler. There's something here where they realize it's going to be a very different life, but I've prepared for this. It's going to be overwhelming because I have to, you know, work and maybe I wasn't before, or I have to prove myself at a new job. There's a lot of stress, but they feel like it's the right choice. Just a little bit nervous about it being with a new person. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Judgment. We have a very involved or meddling family, and this is part of why we have someone who felt like they need to just leave and not tell anyone where they're going. It's not even necessarily the spouse. That could be a problem too, but I feel like there's overly involved, pushy, or even just like downright mean in-laws. But Carmen, that never happens. What are you talking about? In-laws are great. Bless those of you out there that don't have to worry about that, and also those of you that do. But this, to me, is saying I needed to get away from that person, but also, like, their family. So that's why I can't let any of them know where I'm actually ending up. Hello, Nita. How are you doing today? Thank you for the tip. If you have a question, try to make sure to include that in the super chat. Makes it just a little bit easier for me to see it, but I will check back, Nita, if I see your question. This is the Santa Muerte, if I didn't mention that. So we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. So I think once this information is out, there are, in fact, people who are looking. This Knight of Pentacles would be a family member. Like, oh, you broke up with my brother? I'm going to try to figure out where you went. That's creepy. I don't know. Like, did they steal something? I'm trying to think of what, like, situation would have to happen for me to feel like, as a sibling, I need to go, like, hunt somebody down. Because it doesn't seem like this is someone who has caused grievances, aside from potentially cheating. Feels like this person would have probably only done so after their partner did. Still probably not a good choice, right? Right? But this is someone who feels like the family is a problem. Okay. So we're gonna go with the Tarot Familiars and see what else we've got. I'm not sure what that means, Nita. Oh, it is up there. Sorry. Would I get a job offer before end of April? Job offer for one. I got you. Thank you, Nita. And we're probably only 5 minutes, 5-ish minutes away from personal questions. And hello, Seven. How are you doing? Oh, Lord. We have the High Priestess in the reverse flying out of the tarot deck here. Secretive energy, right? And the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Not wanting to say where somebody is, wanting to make sure that the family is not informed. And there's somebody else here who's got protective energy over the star. You're going to stay here, or here's a great place. No one will know that's where you are. Because I know that there's going to be multiple people who are frustrated over your ending this relationship or walking away from that. Thank you, Skemmy. Let me add that for you. Should I go to Newcastle? I mean, I'm going to ask the cards, but my personal opinion is yes. But I think I've already told you I'm obsessed with, well, not really anymore, but I used to watch a lot of Geordie Shore. Just like fascinated by the different way they talk over there. It took me forever to like figure out, why are they saying mug? Oh, okay. Plural. Us, not mug of me, mug of us. Okay. Taking notes. Should I go to Newcastle? All right. And let's see what else we've got for the general. That's funny. What else do we have? We have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, this is someone who is basically saying, I'm done with this relationship. I know where else I can go because I've got this flirtation or this other person I've been talking to. Maybe they weren't cheating, you know? Maybe there's just a little bit of a, I'm finally over it. I need a place to stay. Can I go see you? But I do think that there is this desire to be with this person. And with the Ace of Cups, a little bit of like it's kind of like this is going to be a romantic getaway, even though I have to like maybe hide from this family that is a little crazy. At least I've got this person that I really do feel like I enjoy. Ace of Swords and the Hermit. So I'm going to go hide out. I'm going to be difficult to find. Only one person knows where I will be, and it's somebody that is not tied to my other life. I mean, I guess that's a good way to disappear, right? Nobody will be able to find them until they're ready to say, here's what's going on. Two of Swords in the reverse, Emperor in the reverse, and the King of Wands. So there's a bold energy here, but also someone who's ready to kind of step away from some of the responsibility or the frustrations they've been dealing with. So if they've got time to read books or write a book or, I don't know, watch The Sopranos again, they're kind of looking forward to that, even though there's an awareness that they're, you know, probably going to be a little bit exhausted over this, or they're not going to have a lot of control over how their life goes over the next several weeks while things kind of calm down. All right, let's get a few from, we need the Path of Shadows, methinks. All right, anything else on this family? Seems to need some sort of a hobby. We've got the Starry Observatory. Sorry. Did you still understand me, or should I say it slower? Starry Observatory. I just can't help it. It's so much more fun to say it the other way. A little piece in a cosmic puzzle. Universe only reveals its secret if you dare to dance in the starry dazzle. This is a person willing to take a chance, willing to gamble. We did have the dice earlier, and we also had that lucky card with the clover coming out. I'm going to take this leap of faith. I know that it's a little bit crazy. I know some people might judge me, but I also feel like this is the right move. So bold, and then we have action and bravery coming through with the dagger and determination. So, you know, they don't want to be stuck in this situation, stuck with the people who seem to be quite bossy or vindictive. Okay, so dealing with the demon, I guess. The temptation of living, the fear of regret, dancing among the ashes from the flames of hell. So the family members seem to have been perhaps a little bit extra difficult to deal with because these are people who don't seem to be happy or contented with anything. Maybe we've got some serious issues with greed. Would make sense if we're talking about a wealthy family. That's not me saying if you're wealthy, you're automatically greedy. But, you know, if you're going to be greedy, there's a decent chance, well, whatever. I don't know. You probably focus on money, right? This is someone who's realizing that maybe they have been, I don't know, just like kind of looped into an issue with this family, looped into a lifestyle that they don't really want to have anymore. Frustrated that they don't get to be around people that they consider to be friends, or they have to put on an act. So this opportunity, it's a key, so it makes sense that it's a living situation, is what they consider to be their opportunity to leave behind this life they don't really want to deal with anymore, or the life that's been, you know, kind of suffocating for them because they haven't really been able to make their own choices. All right, let's dive into the personal questions. We're going to see, is this the best one for me to choose? Well, I went for it. Let's see what happens. Where are the glasses? Where are Bumface's glasses? We have the Ace of Wands, the Chariot, and the Seven of Swords. So the things that are coming forward for me are a picture of a tree, which sounds weird, but maybe you have an art piece in your house that has a picture of a tree. It could be near to or in a car or a garage situation. Maybe it's the hallway leading to a parking spot, or how you get to the bus stop. I don't know. I feel like it's close to a door, and I feel like you're gonna find it. The Knight of Wands. I don't think you have to worry too much. I think you're gonna find this pretty quickly. Why is it that? And the King of Swords. That's funny. Someone's making a joke that you need one of those like glasses things that like wrap around the back of your head so you don't lose them. Did you know somebody who had those? Those are great. Maybe you just got somebody who's got jokes. That's on the other side. I hope that helps. Like I said, I've lost my glasses before. I never found them, and I hope you have a different fate. Did I say hello to everyone? I think so. Let's see. We're going to go with the Cat's Eye Tarot for Nita. The question is, will there be a job offer for Nita before the end of April? Yes, I did. So we have Wheel of Fortune, Queen of Pentacles. Yes. This is positive energy regarding money or change, right? Queen of Pentacles being financial stability, Wheel of Fortune being a positive opportunity or good luck. And then with 10 of Cups, a sense of security. So I do see you getting an offer before then. Is there anything Nita needs to know regarding that? There's some, okay, so what I'm seeing is work on how you're going to frame up like a 2-sentence phrase on why am I leaving or why did I leave a previous job, especially if there was any situation where you were fired. How can you frame up how the situation happened without getting into too many of the details, and end with like the last sentence or the last part of the phrase should be, what I learned from the situation was this, or I still found it to be very valuable because I was able to shadow somebody who knew how to do that. There's something like that you need to have as far as a nice little like elevator pitch or a blurb that explains why something ended, and that helps you in this situation. Hello, Darnie, how are you doing? Let me see what we've got for Skemmy. Thank you, Nita, and I wish you luck. Skemmy, I think we will use the Weird Cat Tarot for you. Hello, Stefan. How are you doing? Hello, Kevin. You're welcome, Nita. So should Skemmy go to Newcastle? Yup. I told you it was a yes. Knight of Wands. You might have a little bit of a slower go of it than you expected because you are riding a snail. If you hitch a ride with a mail truck. I'm totally kidding. I just threw all my cards around. Hold, please. Hold, please. Yes, you should go to Newcastle because... oh, that's interesting. So we have Temperance and the 7 of Swords. Okay, is this in Newcastle? The Temperance and 7 of Swords? Okay, so there's going to be something that happens in Newcastle that initially you're like, I don't know if I should tell anyone about this. Kind of gives me a little bit of a like what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas vibe. But this is saying basically that there's something here that's going to be really good for you. With the 8 of Swords. Is this like you can't say anything about it? I feel like you can't tell anyone about this. Why? What are you doing? Maybe I don't want to know. 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords. It's like you're going to have something really good happen to you, but you feel like you can't tell anyone about it. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe you just got to like keep it to yourself for a little bit. But I do feel like it has something to do with romance. Bow chicka bow wow. But shh. I know, the poor snail. Hello, Jennifer. How are you doing today? King of Pentacles. But it's okay. You're going to have a nice strawberry. Yeah, you'll have a good time. But there's something here that you feel like you can't really tell everyone. But it's a happy thing that happens to you. Maybe it's like, where'd you get that hickey? And you're like, I can't tell you. You hush your face. All right, let's see. No worries. All right. Let's see. Is there anything that Kevin needs to know about hidden money? 10 of Cups in the reverse. 7 of Cups in the reverse. 9 of Swords in the reverse. Distract yourself, get out of the home, or do something fun. You're thinking too much about it. See the 9 of Swords? You're thinking so much about where this money is, it's impossible for you to actually clear your mind and reconsider what options there are. So with the King of Swords in the reverse, what I'm seeing is like all of the brain matter is like stressed. Go do something fun. your hair down. Go for a walk, whatever it is. Touch grass if you can. You need to get grounded and then you'd be able to find it. But right now you're a little bit too anxious about it. Hello, Bruce Wayne. You first. Are you dressed up like Batman right now? Come on, you can tell us. Come on. Are you? All right, I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And if you're able to hype the video, I appreciate that as well. And thank you for checking out my candles on Etsy. It's in the description box. I'll see you later. Toodles.